Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86. Here you will find everything from your favorite characters, from anime, series or movies, such as figures, statues, trading cards, and other limited special edition items. I will show you everything that is included. For example, we will discuss the design of the box, how it's packaged, the design of the figure, the articulation points, the accessories that are included, and we will see our favorite characters in special scenes. And you never know, you might see other characters make special guest appearances, so you can decide whether it's worth getting or not. Subscribe and join me on new weekly adventures. Now let's start the show. Let's go. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Titan del 86, and today from Dragon Ball Z and S.H.Figuarts I present to you Kyewi. He was one of the members from the Frieza Force, and he was also Vegeta's main rival. This character didn't really appear much in the series. I think he was more of a filler just to kind of give a mark of where Vegeta was in his progression, marking the transfer between the Saiyan saga right into the Frieza saga, where his power increased due to the fights on Earth fighting Goku and the Z fighters. But it is still good to have an S.H.Figuarts representation of him, so we can recreate all the scenes that he did while fighting Vegeta. Upon removing the figure from the brown box, you can see a cutout of Kyewi in his signature pose. Looking through the window, you can see that this figure is going to be mostly focused on all the different expressions that Kyewi did while he was interacting with Vegeta. Looking at the back of the box, you can see all the different poses that Kyewi did. And obviously this is a complementing piece to the Vegeta 24,000 power level. If you went and bought it, now you have the complementary character. Obviously we did the unboxing of that one just a few weeks ago, so go ahead and check it out. On the last side of the box, you have some close-up shots of Kyewi. Kyewi comes in one blister pack, and like I mentioned earlier, it's just a figure with a bunch of different face expressions, or in this case, different heads. You also get a bonus Vegeta expression along with a different hand. You could also see that Kyewi comes with 2 scouters, so out of all these expressions, those scouters only go to one particular expression each, then the rest of them, they don't get a scouter. And that is because of the shape of Kyewi's head. This is the 360 of Kyewi, straight out of the box. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. One thing to notice that I would like to have seen on this figure, it has the old style, if you remember, battle armor Gohan and Krillin, where the armor flaps up and down on the shoulder pads, versus the last Vegeta we had, the 24,000 power level, as well as the Turles, where the shoulder pads were attached more from the back to give you those nice good rotations and flexibility that we're looking for the articulations, where this one is going to be limited since the armor only curves up and down. So I'm very surprised that they didn't apply that technique on this figure, knowing that the other method is way better. But other than that, I don't see anything wrong as first impressions of this figure. Let me know what are your thoughts on this Kyewi figure. Follow me on IG at Titan del 86. The other thing is, I'm not sure, and this is just Kyewi's design, where the boots are like a lime green, but yet the gloves are white. If it was me, I would have just made him color match. But again, this is a minor character, so not much design was put into him, since to me he is still a filler character. Now let's check out what articulations come with this Kyewi figure. He has good head and neck movements, typical from our S.H.Figuarts. This is what I was saying earlier, the shoulder pads can only go up and down, and because he has a big weird looking head, this is as far as you're gonna get him. He has somewhat of a reach here, and this is something that they did. I think they thought about it, so when you see it right here, you can see that the battle armor doesn't interfere when you're trying to pull the arm forward, which was something that we had to be mindful with the battle Gohan and battle Krillin, where they gave you 2 different chest plates just to accommodate for that sharp angle there. So he has a really good motion if you want it across the arms, which is very good. I am surprised with this, but this is S.H.Figuarts. This is a feature that usually we don't get, which is always determined by how big this section really is. So here it's sized properly, so it gives you the good motion that we're looking for when moving the arms. Here's your 360. Again, you just have to be mindful of this little section here. My joints on this figure are a lot stiffer than I was expecting, at least for the shoulder. Here's your 360 of the bicep. Here's the 90 degree of the elbow. Up and down on the wrist. And good 360. So the ring around the glove doesn't fully interfere with the movement, so it's still present, which is good. This is as high as the arms can go, which is a lot higher than what I was expecting. You're limited by the angle of the arms to go back because you don't have the section to stretch out. Good side movement. Good up and down off the chest. Really good rotational there. For the battle armor, you can pull these sections up and then you can get more access to the lower half of the body. This is as high as I can get the leg. This is as far back as they go. Here's your split. Here's the knee. You could get 360 off the foot. Not a whole lot in the up and down direction. And same thing for the side direction. So doesn't look like it's too good. So this goes back to like the older Vegeta figures where you're limited between the foot and the section of the boot. And then there are the toes. Here's the rotation of the leg. So overall, it's got the same articulations as any other S.H.Figuarts that we've done on this channel. The limiting factors again is on the feet because of the shape of the boots, and a little bit off the wrist because of the gloves. And then obviously you have the big battle armor. Other than that, the articulations is what you expect from a regular S.H.Figuarts figure from this Dragon Ball Z line. And what I do like is the reach towards the center. So on this one, that is something that they did really good. And there you have it. Here's a close-up of all the expressions that come with this Kyewi figure. The first one kind of shows like a bothered expression. The next one has like that evil smirk, evil grin. You can just see the confidence just pouring out of it, especially with that smile. The following one, I think that's my favorite one of all. It's the expression he had right before he was killed. If you look closely, hopefully you can capture all the little details that they included on this particular sculpture for this expression. Then the next one is the goofy one where he tricked Vegeta thinking Frieza was behind him. So I think that's my next favorite one because it just shows like a goofy side of him. Then you have the Vegeta expression of him looking mad with the teeth glinting. And finally you have the last one that just shows Kyewi smiling almost like if he's talking. And I think this one could also be done as an action expression. Then I gave you a close-up of the two scouters. So the two scouters only go with these two particular expressions, just for your knowledge. So the ears can come off and then you can swap them out. And if you look closely, you can see that not only are they keyed, but you can kind of see the shape of them. One's got like a diagonal cut while the other one doesn't, just to match the expression of the rim over on Kyewi's head between like kind of like the forehead and the giant eyebrows. And obviously these expressions remind me of something that I'm not going to say on this channel, so if you're chuckling right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So there you go. This is the first scene when Kyewi first arrived at Planet Namek, where Sarban asked him to go find Vegeta and kill him. So I gave them the expression with the evil menacing smile, which is basically what he looked like when he was talking as well. So I attached the scouter that goes with this particular expression. Like I mentioned earlier, two scouters only go for two expressions, so this is the dedicated one for this particular expression. Just as a piece of advice, the earpiece to swap it out with the scouter is really tiny, so be careful that you don't lose it, because once it falls or whatever, it's going to be really hard to find just because of how tiny it is. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. I didn't want to do his signature pose where the arms are just on his hips The signature pose, I mean, you've seen it everywhere, so to me I didn't really find the joy in that or the sport in it, so I gave you a different pose. Overall, this figure is a little bit bigger than I was expecting. I didn't think Kyewi was tall, but he seems to have an average height for an S.H.Figuarts. Follow me on IG at Titandel86 and just check out all those details. He looks really amazing, especially in the head sculptures. He has like a bumpy skin, kind of reminds me of a frog, and especially when you look at that smile, to me it just reminds me of a frog. So let's see how long it will take him to find Vegeta. He looks really decent here. I think he was more of a funny character. Too bad we didn't get to see more of his personality or just have more scenes of him in the saga. This is the scene when Kyewi found Vegeta and Vegeta started displaying his power. So I gave them the expression where he's freaking out because he can't believe the power level that Vegeta is putting out as he is powering up, and Kyewi is just focused on the scouter and shocked that Vegeta's power is way more than he was expecting. So this is the other expression that has the dedicated scanner. This is the one that, if you recall, had the little slight angle for it, just to match Kyewi's facial feature, separating basically the face from the forehead and the eyebrows, I guess. Again, just to emphasize, the earpiece is really small, so please be mindful of it that you don't lose it. It does look like it might be possible if you really wanted to use the wrong ear and the incorrect head. The key feature is not as good on the ears as it is on the scouters, so it is slightly possible, but you might just have to struggle with it. But then again, don't get them mixed up and don't lose them. That is something I cannot stress to you enough. One thing to note, because of how they did the boots on the feet, it does become a little bit difficult to balance Kyewi. It would have been better if they gave them the same features that Vegeta has on his boots, especially this 24,000 power level Vegeta that you see on the screen. That one seems to have better improvements than the Kyewi figure. An example of that is the shoulder pads, the way they attach on the battle armor to the main body. And the other example again is going to be the boots, and how they were cut for the articulation points.
Impossible! Your power level was never anywhere near mine! Idiot!
This is the scene where Vegeta was about to beat the crap out of Kyewi, but Kyewi distracted Vegeta.
Hey, look, it's Frieza!
This is the most goofy expression I've seen since doing this Dragon Ball Z S.H.Figuarts figure. I am liking this expression as one of my top favorite ones. And in case you didn't realize, it seems like all Saiyans did share that naive trait being followed by mostly all the Saiyans. This is something that we saw in Goku as well. If you watch Dragon Ball, Goku was very easily distracted. Every single time someone pointed and said, hey, go look, he would actually go and look. He was just very naive. To me, this was one of my favorite scenes between Vegeta and Kyewi in that whole Namek saga. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. This is where I would really have liked for Kyewi to have the same shoulder blade technique that was done on this Vegeta figure, because you can kind of see how I had to flex it up just to get Kyewi's arm to go forward. When I really wanted to do the figure more with the arm forward, I was just not able to because he would have looked goofy with the shoulder pad near his head. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. And the other thing I would have liked to have seen, and maybe we will see this in future figures that have the battle armor, especially the one that goes down by the thighs. That one would also be nice if you would attach it from the backside, similar to the shoulder pads that the Vegeta armor has, just to have that rotation as well.
Hey, look, it's Frieza! What?
This is the scene right after Vegeta fell for Kyewi's trick. Immediately, Kyewi started blasting Vegeta with energy blast. I gave him the expression with the giant smile on it, because he can't believe he actually fell for it. Just like he knew Vegeta was still gullible, which might have been a typical Saiyan trait that Kyewi used to exploit. What I really wanted to do for this scene was for Kyewi to be blasting Vegeta simultaneously with both arms, but just because again the way that the shoulder pads would flex up, if I stretched the arms further towards the center, it just wouldn't have looked right. So that is kind of the biggest downfall of this figure. I like the expressions that came with it, the articulations, they're not bad, they're average. I really like that they gave you that extension for the shoulder blades, but it becomes basically useless if the shoulder pads don't go with it. If you recall from the articulation section, when I pull the arms all the way forward, the shoulder blades are basically touching Kyewi's head. I like the execution of the shoulders going all the way towards the center to give you that nice crossed arms. It's just a shame that you can't really use that feature because the shoulder pads are not updated to where they're attached on the back side and not the top center. Basically what I'm asking is for the shoulder blades to have had the same technique that the Vegeta 24,000 power level has, just to have them flex back and not up. That's the only downfall on this figure. But other than that, it's really good. This is the final scene that concluded the battle between Vegeta and Kyewi. This is the defeated expression that comes with this Kyewi figure. I really like all the details that they put on it. You can see that it was sculpted very well. You can see the details in the tongue, the eyes as they're popping out of his head, and his face is starting to get deformed, so it gives you that super wide jawline. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. For this scene, I used the bonus expression that came with this Kyewi figure of Vegeta grunting. It's not a full grunting expression. If you see, it's got like a little smirk on it, just to give it a more further impact as far as the grunting goes. And you can look in the eyes, they're a little bit more narrow focus, just capturing that frustration that Vegeta had with Kyewi. For the Vegeta expression, it comes with a removable ear, so you can attach the scanner that came with the Vegeta 24,000 power level. And it also came with that bonus hand of the two fingers pointing, allowing to do the action of Vegeta shooting a energy blast, which is the one that killed Kyewi. Overall, these two figures were meant for each other. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. If you're on the fence of getting this Vegeta 24,000 power level, look at my review that I did of that figure. I'm going to leave the link in the comments. It's also an amazing figure, and like I said, these two figures were dedicated to go hand in hand with each other. It's really nice if you get both of them because you can basically do all the scenes from that particular episode. They're just endless. This was another good scene to capture, especially since S.H.Figuarts went out of their way to give you this nicely sculpted expression of Kyewi being defeated, which were the last moments that we see of him, at least in the Namek saga. If I recall correctly, he does make some cameo appearances in Dragon Ball GT and in other episodes where he momentarily comes back to life, but he doesn't have a big role like he did in this particular episode within the Namek saga. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Let me know in the comments what are your thoughts on this particular Kyewi figure. And again, Kyewi is a minor character, but within that scene of him fighting Vegeta, it was a very critical moment. And honestly, I think Kyewi would have been a nice, cool character anyway, personality wise. It seems like he was not only serious, but he was also sometimes goofy, even though he was a straight up coward once he knew he couldn't beat Vegeta. Let me know in the comments what you think of this Kyewi figure. Are you planning on getting one, even though it wasn't a major character in the whole Dragon Ball Z saga? One of Frieza's special henchmen from the Frieza Force. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. Follow me on IG at Titandel86. Overall, the Kyewi figure is a good one to have in the collection, especially if you're trying to get all the characters in the Namek saga, or if you're not a big fan of Kyewi, you do get this nice bonus of this extra Vegeta expression along with the hand gesture to go with it, to apply it to the Vegeta 24,000 power level. I think that was pretty neat. But overall, this Kyewi was basically dedicated just to capture all the key scenes that he was present, and everything that they gave you basically captures that and is dedicated for it. This is all I have for you today. If you like what you're seeing, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and share the video. And I'll see you next week with a brand new one. Thank you and bye.